What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Dolphin Chronicles presented by the Kendall Sports Network. I am Johnny Cruz. I am the Yankee fan, and I am here with both of my partners here today. You got the trio coming at you today on this beautiful Monday evening, 7:30. If you're new, hit the subscribe, smash that like, turn on the notifications so you know whenever we are going live. But again, I am Johnny Cruz, and I am here, of course, with Byron and Alex. Decided to show the world his pretty face. What is going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. Dealing with a 90-year-old grandmother, bro. That's always fun.
Yeah,
Apparently, dinner time's supposed to be like at 5:30.
that's late.
And I'm like, what happened to like the working folk? When do they have dinner? But no, man. It's I'm great, guys. This is my disconnect. I love connecting with you guys and with the fans and with our Dolphins followers. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Talk a little football. I'm ready for some Game 7 hockey. See if the Panthers can avoid an epic collapse.
Yeah,
wow,
so
bro, way to be positive.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup final is tonight between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers, and these two gentlemen are both humongous Florida Panther fans. So this is going to be a nice get to the point, talk what we got to talk about, and let's get the hell up out of here so these two guys can go watch their hockey game. And I'm gonna be in support of them, of course, too, and I'm gonna be cheering for your Panthers to win as well. Just a few things we wanted to, just a couple things we wanted to touch on. The details came out for one, Calais Campbell, and I expected there to be $4 or $5 million attached to his 1-year deal, but my man signed basically for league a veteran minimum, 1 year, $2 million. His base salary is, what did you say, Byron? 500 and some change.
Well, the signing bonus is $790,000. So his base salary is 1.3.
Yeah,
1.2.
1.3 million dollars for a veteran stud defensive tackle who's going to help in this rotation big time. Not only that, he's going to be a positive influence and a good teacher, mentor type figure to have in that room, right? Sure. In that room with those other defensive linemen. Alex, you weren't here last week when Byron and I touched on it a bit. He's somebody I've been banging on the table for months now. I actually mentioned him last year that I wanted Calais Campbell. So what are your thoughts about Calais from the U coming back down and playing with Miami for such a cheap price, man? People want to come here.
Hey, yeah, it's you know what, he knows he's coming to a contender, right? Because that's what we're giving off, right? It's another one of those Super Bowl or bust type deals. One of those teams that's really in the hunt, based on our additions, on the people that are returning. So I'm excited, man. I'm always, I've been called a lot worse, but a homer is something I am frequently called. I love my U. To a damn fault.
Mostly by me. Been called worse things. Mostly by me.
Yeah, mostly by Byron. So I'm a big Calais Campbell fan, man. I loved him here at the U. Do you see Granny? Do you see Granny in the back there?
Shout out to Grandma Abuelita walking by in the background. Yeah, she making her cameo appearance. What's up?
Yeah, and then it's crazy, bro. Like I told her earlier today, hey, I'm on the phone. No, she just she doesn't. Yeah, doesn't care. She just walks right in, does what she's supposed to do, and she's got her damn hearing aids on, but she can't hear shit either. Those things don't work. Anyways, man, yes, Calais Campbell signing for freaking peanuts and some cotaditos. Apparently, hopefully we can, like you said, man, he's gonna be a huge locker room presence, a veteran guy, who's still got something left in the tank. Definitely someone who can clog up the middle there, man. Help stuff the run game, help pressure the quarterback. Yeah, she just won't stop. She won't sit down. She won't leave. She won't do anything. She's complaining about her feet hurting. But yes, I love Calais Campbell. Go you. Let's go, baby.
All right, absolutely. Well, she's just excited as we are about Calais joining the club,
Yeah, so much
especially
that
for
she's
that
running
kind of
circles with the
money.
freaking better.
You know what I'm saying? We still have, I believe it's, somewhere close to 15, if not over $15 million left in salary cap space now. I know, shout out to my son John. He immediately was like, "Oh, well, we got $15 million left, so we can go sign this guy and that guy." I think they've added a couple pieces that they wanted to add in Calais and in Marcus May to kind of
Yeah,
solidify. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The
man.
defense,
Add that depth. Yeah, we got
right?
plenty of depth.
Yeah, which is definitely something that we needed. I think they really like their rookies. You know, saying with the two wide receivers, they seem to like the Patrick McMorris kid at safety. You got Chop and Kamara on the edges, and then you got the plethora of defensive linemen. And again, you add Calais Campbell to that mix. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to what this defense can put together. What Anthony Weaver is going to do with this defense. Um, the one thing that's stayed in everybody's minds, Alex, you weren't here to touch on it much when we talked about it last week as well. Trevor Lawrence got a hell of a contract. So how do
Yeah.
you think it will impact our boy Tua getting his money? Um, there's a lot of talk in the Dolphin fandom where some fans are saying, well, I mean, the fact that it's taking so long means that they really aren't sure if they want him or not. How do you take the fact that it's taking so long for a deal to get done? How are you taking it? Are you taking it that they're just making sure, or you think that there might be a underlying issue?
No, man. I mean, I haven't really changed my whole stance on this for a minute now. Yeah, they're being deliberate about it. I don't. They don't want that to be the major offseason focus, right? I mean, although it's kind of hard to overlook that, right? So
Right.
it's gonna be a topic of conversation. Tua continues to be one of the most polarizing figures in the league. And certainly there's questions, man, but there's always going to be questions, man. There's questions about the guys with the biggest contracts. So that's never gonna go away. There's always going to be questions. Um, but yeah, I don't know that Trevor Lawrence's contract really impacts much of what's going on with Tua's conversations, because it's still in line with what we thought he was going to get, right? Somewhere
Right.
around there, somewhere north of 50. What are the details on Surfer Boy's contract?
We had that last week.
Yeah, I think it was 5 for 275 or something like that, 280.
Yeah,
Basically, with his salary this year and the signing bonus and all that, he essentially got about 200 million guaranteed in
yeah.
his
Well, I
deal,
think
and the
I think
average
what the
annual is 55. But you know how
yeah.
that
So
works.
so we were thinking that, well, that's what Tua was going to get before this contract was finalized, man. I think the only thing that's holding it up is that guaranteed money. I'm sure there's a lot of talks about that and what's going to be guaranteed, and but I think the questions are. Uh, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's answered the questions, man. Whenever he's had to answer the questions before the season started, he did. His durability, he went and played all the games, right? Now they wanted him to I guess beef up a little bit. He beefed up a little bit, right? Now they're wanting him to maybe slim down and tone up, and apparently that's what he's done. So the guy's work ethic is not in question here. The weapons are certainly there. He's only going to continue to get better in this offense. Um, and now it's what are the other questions, right? The improvisation. Can he improvise
Right.
when the first read isn't there, when Tyreek's not wide open across the middle, or when a defense takes something away? That's the only question that looms, right? Hey, can he improvise? And can he take us past? Can he take us to an AFC East crown and deep into a playoff run? And I think this is the year. I think this is a year, and I think the Dolphins feel that too. And I don't know that there's another option out there. So Tua's going to get that contract, man. It's going to be something close to what Trevor got. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We pretty much touched on that last week, and we all are pretty much in agreement as far as what we think they're going to do. We all have our opinions on what we would do if we had the GM hat on. We've talked about that before. But yeah, he's going to be somewhere in the 55 plus annual average salary. But again, that's not the important part. The important part is the guaranteed money and where's that out. I'm sure the Dolphins are trying to make sure that they have one in the first 3 years at least, where they can get out of the contract. So we'll see what happens with that. One clip that I did want to bring to you guys, you mentioned his weapons. We got OBJ in the house as another wide receiver. We drafted Jalen Wright, the running back kid. We got Malik Washington. We got Taj Washington. So we got a plethora of weapons that they added. One clip that they showed the other day I saw on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Jonnu Smith running around doing some workouts like that, 6'3", 255 pounds, and my man is moving around like if he's Tyreek Hill or something. Did you guys see that? And what do you guys feel? And are you excited about the potential of our tight end, our new tight end, actually helping us out, man? I can't believe the Miami Dolphins, for all you Dolphin fans out there, I'm sure you've heard it, but just in case you don't remember, our tight end scored 0 touchdowns last year. So any thoughts on the clips of these guys working out and Jonnu Smith?
Yeah, man. A lot of people are saying that, hey, Durham Smythe is actually bigger than Jonnu Smith. And yeah, I mean, whatever. The guy plays bigger than his height, right? He plays much bigger than that. His yards after the catch are ridiculous, and that's where I think we lacked, right? I mean, we didn't have that playmaking at tight end. Was Durham good and reliable? Sure he was. No knock on Durham, but we need in that goal to goal situations, we need someone who can play big, but can also separate and can also, and can make someone miss. And Durham wasn't that guy, and I think Jonnu is that guy. So size, Durham might be bigger than him, but I think Jonnu plays a lot bigger than what he's listed at. And I think he's shown that. And I think with the attention that the rest of the people are going to get in this offense, Jonnu's going to fucking eat, dude. Yeah. I mean, I can't see him not having like 800 receiving yards this season. Yeah. He's got to be up. He's going to get up there close to 800 receiving yards, dude. Maybe more than that. He's going to make some plays, man. And that's just something that we didn't really have from a Gesicki either. Yeah, he made some crazy one-handed catches, but the guy looked like he was running in fucking slow motion.
Right. And God forbid a 180-pound corner came close to him. He was going down. Right away.
And that's not how Jonnu plays. And I think he's not afraid to take a hit. He's going to deliver a hit, and he's going to get those extra yards. And those are going to prove vital in late season matchups, right? When you're fighting for the division. And then in those games that those extra yards are going to mean something, like those games against Buffalo, those hard fought games against, playoff matchups. That's when it's going to mean something. And I think Jonnu's the answer there, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Byron. Any thoughts on the clips that we had? Of course, mandatory minicamp passed this past week. Everybody was in attendance, unlike other quarterbacks in other states that will remain nameless. But all of our guys were there. How much did they participate? Who only knows? It's not like they do much during these mandatory mini camps anyway. It's more of just kind of camaraderie and getting the studying in and getting familiar with each other. Yeah, it is important. Yeah. I agree with you on that. Byron, what are your thoughts on Jonnu Smith's the possibilities of what he can do in this offense? Like I said, the one thing about it was like how quick he was, or at least he looked in those clips. And I know he's just running in shorts and stuff like that, but still, you ain't seeing Durham Smythe, Mike Gesicki doing anything like that. He's a really athletic tight end. What are your thoughts on his possibility? And from all accounts, man, everybody's loving what Malik Washington is showing so far. What are your thoughts on those couple of additions and Jonnu Smith, what he can add to this offense?
Can you guys hear me? I was having a little bit of
Yeah.
difficulty with the mic. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll put it this way. Last year, our number one tight end, our explosive tight end, was Durham Smythe. This
Wow,
year,
that's a pretty nice word to add to his thing.
hold on.
Exciting.
Well, hold on. Our explosive
Explosive.
tight end, our number one tight end was
Explosive.
Durham Smythe.
Excuse me. See, I couldn't even think of the word. That's how quickly it went over my head.
Well, his explosiveness was rated like what, a 5 out of 100. So
That's
that
being
was
generous.
okay. Well, that's what we were dealing with, and we were dealing with Julian Hill as our
Yeah.
blocking tight end.
Right.
This year, your Julian Hill is now Durham Smythe, a reliable blocking target, and you have Jonnu Smith, who is a major upgrade, being your number one. So, for all accounts, the offense got much, much better. But
Yeah.
this is mandatory minicamp. They're in shorts and helmets.
Right.
And I've been dying to get this one in all show. All I want is for this Miami Dolphins team to hawk two and spit on that thing. That's all I really want.
Oh, this guy, dude. Oh my god. Hey, it took me a couple of days to finally catch on to what was going on.
Really? Oh my god, I'm dying.
It did, dude.
Two and spit on that thing.
Dude, and she has leveraged that, and it's she lost her job, right? She was a preschool teacher.
Really? I didn't know that.
She lost her job, dude. She lost her job because of that. Poor girls.
But she's making millions in merchandise for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the her salary in her preschool position wasn't cutting it. But yeah, I feel bad for her. But that's crazy, man. The girl seems like she has a fun personality, right? I mean, aside from the Hawk Tua thing, I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't know that any of us will complain about that, but she seems fun, right? And did you see when they asked her about her friend or something, and she said, with that fat ass, yeah. So, dude, it looks like she's a good time.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I got Alex started on the Hawk Tua thing, and this man gave us a pinpoint breakdown and analysis of this girl.
Yeah, she was a preschool teacher.
That's what we do.
Jonathan,
that's what we do.
63 million for the Hawk Tua girl, or for Tua Tagovailoa? Which one? Because I never think for.
I think if she comes with Tua, then they'll pay 63 million for the. Well done. I did want to put out there before we get deeper into it. Of course,
hey, Mark, we're here talking about Hawk Tua, and Mark comes in with an actual serious comment.
Aren't you supposed to be watching like Copa America or something?
You never really mentioned.
Damn it, Mark.
I'm with you on this one.
Point.
Yeah, it is a valid point. I mean, there are 3 phases to the game. So special teams is a big part of the football game, of course, and as most Dolphin fans know, and that Week 18 loss on a punt return, allowed for a touchdown was huge against Buffalo.
I still have nightmares about that.
And that's the thing about all the depth that Chris Greer is putting together. Is what I'm saying, he's putting together enough depth that we can have Elijah Campbell and guys like that are good, really good special teams players, just playing special teams. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, knock on wood, as opposed to having to play a lot of defensive snaps and then taken away from what they're doing on the special team side of the ball. I think the new kick return, punt return rule, from what Mike McDaniel said, everybody's asking to be put back there now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to get an opportunity behind the fact that you're going to have some blockers there. So if you break through that, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? And when you have guys like Achane, Jalen Wright, you know what I'm saying, Taj Washington, that's something that a lot of people have talked about, is his special teams ability. Special teams are going to be important this year. We kept the same special teams coach, even though our special teams have been horrible the last couple of years. So hopefully special teams will be better. But go ahead, Byron. What are your thoughts on the special teams coach, them retaining him, and can they get any worse?
So Mark had a point. It is a special teams group that was much maligned last season,
Hmm.
and it wouldn't have been seen as a surprise to have your special teams coach go after the season that he had. However, he has a halo of some sort on him because he got a gift from God. He
Either
was
that or
part
he's got
of
some dirt on
Halo, he's
somebody.
got
hold on,
some
no,
pictures,
I'll tell
right?
you
He's
why
got
it
some
was a gift
pictures.
from God.
He's
He
got
was
some
part
pictures
of
in
the
the salon of somebody.
he was part of the group that implemented that special teams rule in the XFL or whatever the hell FL it was. So you have the
Now it's
guy
the
who
USL.
designed whatever. You have the guy who designed the damn concept on your coaching staff, and it's the only reason he got kept. So if he can figure out a way to get this special teams group to rebound, he may have caught lightning in a bottle for the rest of his special teams career. Because as it is, last season, in my opinion, was a fireable offense. But that's just I read that was an interesting fact to me. The fact that he designed the special
Yeah,
teams thing.
you
So
see, and that's the type of insight you get when you guys subscribe to the Dolphins Chronicles on Monday night on the Kendall Sports Network. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. All things Miami Dolphins. We give you every Monday night, 7:30 Eastern
That's
time.
some shit that Omar Kelly didn't tell you.
Right. Barry
As much as I
Jackson
love
didn't
Jason,
tell you.
yeah, as much as I
Alan
love Jason
Pupar.
Sarney, Jason
Right.
Sarney didn't tell you. All
Yep.
right, look,
Shout out to friend of the show, Jason
Dolphins
Sarney.
Dolphins Diaries didn't tell you.
Right. Right. Yeah. Only on
Marissa
Dolphins
Marino
Chrono. Yeah.
only
Only
here.
on the Dolphin
Only here.
Chronicles right here on the Kendall
We're
Sports
not
Network,
we're not
where
as
we
cute
talk.
as Marissa Marino,
Right.
but we're just as
Definitely not,
important.
but yes, but we will keep you just as informed. And then, of course, False Nine, all things Inter Miami on Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern time with our boy Mark, who's just in the comment section with Byron. And then every Friday night, again, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time this week in Miami, all things 305 with these two
Yeah,
fine young gentlemen here holding it down on Friday nights.
I gotta do
Um,
better about that, guys, on Friday nights, man. It's been a little bit of a
it's
struggle.
all good.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? As we know, again, smash, hit the subscribe button, smash the like, turn on those notifications. Life happens, so you know what I'm
if we
saying.
ever
We
get to it, it'll be
sometimes
great.
sometimes we
yeah,
gotta adjust things or
we've done a
whatever. But
couple shows. Yeah.
there's other stuff coming to the Kendall Sports Network. So again, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when all that's going down. Just wanted to run through some open practices that are coming up on training camp before we get to what Byron wants to say real quick. The first open practice to the public is going to be Sunday, July 28th, 29th, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the 28th of July, 29th, 30th. Thursday, they have Wednesday off, Thursday, August 1st. Friday, August 2nd is Member Appreciation Day. So all people with season tickets and stuff like that could be there. Their first practice at Hard Rock Stadium is Saturday, August 3rd at 11 a.m. They're going to have joint practices with the Atlanta Falcons this year, Tuesday, August 6th, and Wednesday, August 7th. And then they're going to have joint practices with the Washington Commanders. They should have kept the Washington football team. I think they should have kept that, but whatever.
Bring
Let's
back
talk
the
about them
Redskins.
change. Yeah, as long as it's not the Redskins, but they're going to change it again. But I just wanted to remind people of that.
I like
So
the rest.
the training camp schedule, is out, so you can definitely check that out. But yeah, we got two joint practices, one with Atlanta, one with Washington. So just wanted to throw those out there for the people to give you a little bit of information on that. Byron, where were you going before I threw that out there?
Number one, Alex, thank you for using a clear glass cup. I will. I did not receive a check from Coca Cola. I will be using a cup from now on. That's number one. Number two announcements. Well, partial announcements. One, I will be buying tickets to that Miami Dolphin Tampa Bay Buck preseason game. And I will try to get out there with and see if maybe my boy Johnny can join and see if we can do uh, a live show from there. Maybe interview a few fans, get some get some stuff. I'm also in negotiations with Mr. Grandma over there, Mr. TXTSB, and see if we can get a Dolphin game in Miami with the same concept, kind of do a live interview a few folks. There she is, the star of the show.
There she is.
Right on cue. Right on cue. It's like she was made for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few live opportunities. Maybe we can get some fan participation.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I did have someone hit me up in my DMs on X. A buddy of mine from high school, man, wants to maybe meet up at the Houston game.
Nice.
So that would be cool, man. I'm all for it. That's super fun. Anything for engagement, anything for just kind of, including the fans, including the people out there that make it happen. One of these days will be like the Pat McAfee show. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. That is the goal to eventually, make it a full-time thing, but baby steps, we're working our way there. But yeah, so a lot of stuff, this is the downtime of the NFL right now. They finished their mini camp, so they got a few weeks off before training camp starts. So we definitely wanted to hit you up and let you know the details of the Calais Campbell signing. We wanted to get Alex's thoughts on the whole Trevor Lawrence getting his contract and how it affects our quarterback who still hasn't gotten paid yet. And I just mentioned to you all the training camp days that are coming up. But again, there is a very, very, very big, the best 2 words in all of sports, Game 7 is tonight. Okay. I know this is a Dolphins channel.
I thought
we talk all things Miami Dolphins here, of course.
Ooh, we should get the Hawk Tour girl to bang the drum.
These 2 gentlemen, well, I think you're saying that. I was a couple questions I was going to ask because I am, and forgive me, I am a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, but I have nothing but love for my fellas here, and I want their Florida Panthers to get their first cup.
Florida hockey has been on top of the NHL for like the past 5 or 6 years, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and the Panthers were in the final last season. They're there now. Do you know Luongo is banging the drum?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, there you go. It doesn't get better than that. That's a good choice to bang the drum there. Before we get up out of here, so that people can go ahead and start watching the game. Gentlemen, your thoughts on this Game 7? I know there's a lot of culitos that are really tight right now. But what are your guys' thoughts? How do you feel going into this game? You know what I'm saying? This is the one thing about hockey is you never know, but I still have faith in your goaltender and your team's defense, and you're at home. What do you think happens? Go ahead, Alex. I know you're eager to start. I can see you chomping at the bit. What are your guys' thoughts on the game tonight?
My nalgas are definitely really apretadita right now. But bro, it's just yes, I love the fact that we're at home. I saw that energy late in game 6. I mean late in game 5. Yeah, late in game 5. That really you could see the guys feeding off of that. It was a little too late. We need to see that aggression from the start. It feels like it's taken the Panthers a little bit to get going. I mean, that's really been the case, right? The Panthers team is designed to wear you down, and that's why they have the highest goal differential in the third period in the postseason. But bro, Edmonton Stars they're clicking. It took them a minute, but they're clicking, and they are a lot faster. Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, those guys are so much faster than us. So we're gonna need to continue to be physical and take those guys out of their game, not let them get going. We can't give up odd man rushes. We've been giving too many. We've been giving up too many of those because Bobrovsky it can be fantastic, but if you're giving up 3-on-3-on-1s constantly, then they're gonna limit rushes.
Especially to such a skilled offensive team. I hear you on that. You got to stay out of the penalty box too, man.
Yeah. Well, you got to try to play. The penalty kill hasn't been bad. Our power play has been abysmal. We've been giving up shorthanded goals, but our penalty kill hasn't been terrible. But you're right. We got to stay out of the box. And I almost don't want to get a power play. I'd rather play 5-on-5.
I agree.
Because we've been giving up shorthanded
goals. You got more bodies on the ice.
To a bunch of colonias.
Right.
But Bobrovsky's got to get his head out of his ass. But I think it helps that we're at home, certainly. Right. And then we just got to get off to a good start, bro. We got to get on the board first and put that pressure on them because it's going to be more added pressure now that if Edmonton falls behind, right?
Yeah.
So it's I have all the faith in the world in Paul Maurice, man. I mean the motherfucker's been doing it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think he needs the Stanley Cup. Maybe these last three games were the reason why he hasn't won a Stanley Cup. But who knows? I obviously Bobrovsky will be between the pipes. You can't go with anybody else. There was some hypotheticals about starting Stolarts or whatever the other guy's name is, but
That's dumb and stupid.
yeah, you're right. You're right. It
How
is.
do you
But
really feel about it, Byron? Before I get to you, Byron, and I'm going to say
go
this,
go
and I
ahead. Go
know,
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
know
I'm done.
that it doesn't, the way that you got to this point is
Hey,
a
Verhaeghe's
difficult
got to
thing
show the hell up.
because
Verhaeghe's got to play some ball.
you went up 3-0 and they've come back, but there's a reason why Edmonton is in the final. They're a phenomenal squad. They got possibly the best player. Well, he is the best player in
The
hockey
best
right
player in
now.
hockey. Yeah.
The people that try to say he's better than Wayne Gretzky, stop it. You're probably under the age of 30 and never saw Wayne Gretzky play. But I like Connor McDavid. I wanted to see him on this stage. But had they told you before the season started, hey, it's going to be tied 3-3. You're going to have Game 7 at home against Edmonton for the Cup.
You would take it. You would take it.
Taking it. You would say, yes, the way you got here isn't ideal, but you're here nonetheless. Game 7, Byron, what are your thoughts? What do you think the Panthers need to do to bring Lord Stanley to South Florida?
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start this series off,
Speed it
and
up, bro.
given what happened last year, we started off hot. We went up 3-0, and then and our boy Mark would understand this, but we got up 3-0 and we just, you know what? We're going to win the cup. And that's it. And we stuck our head in our ass, and we thought that, we were going to coast. And the thing is that each and every time up until today, we have a game in hand. We have a game in hand. We have a game in hand. What I expect to see is a desperate Florida team, which we hadn't seen since Game 3. I expect a lot of physicality, a lot of hitting.
Ryan Lomberg is back. He was back last game, but this is another game back for Ryan Lomberg.
Lamborghini's great, but what I want to see is a free Carter Verhaeghe. He's been in his head. He's been thinking way too much. I just want them to play free. And now with a little bit of desperation, a little bit of, spark back against the wall, I think
watch out for Nick
right.
Cousins today. Nick Cousins is going to play a factor today.
Okay, look at you calling it. I think, first of all, and Connor McDavid, I'm sorry, but we have a couple of guys on our team that are pretty good too, and nobody ever seems to talk about. Sasha Barkov and the Chucky. Both of those guys are pretty good. But
Chucky has been extremely quiet this series.
I mean,
aside from that ridiculous goal-saving freaking attempt that 10 seconds later McDavid put in. But
listen, PK Subban and Mark Messier.
Oh, they're slobbing on McDavid.
I apologize to their wives, to their medical team. Their knees are on fire. And listen, you know what they've been doing all series long? Hawk Tua spitting on that thing because they are slurping and slurping.
Second time he's
dry. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. So you know what? They can go fly a kite, kick some rocks, and go suck on a big fat one because Victory Rat makes an appearance tonight.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to win it. I think you guys are going to be the more physical team. That's what you have done on this entire playoff run. Has been the more physical, the better defensive team. And I'm still of the opinion of defense and goaltending wins championships. Again, are you happy about the way you got to Game 7? No, but the fact is you got Game 7 at home. I got you guys winning 3-2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rooting for you guys 110%. So before we get up out of here so we can watch this hockey game, Alex, let the people know where they can find you.
Guys, I'm going to update it to where it looks consistent like the other guys, but TX_TSB on X. I'm going to add my name on there. I tried to do it earlier, but I wasn't able to. But I'll fix it for the next show. All right, so you guys can actually know who I am.
Yes, and if you want to be entertained during any kind of South Florida sports Definitely follow my man on X during the game. He's always got something to say during the game. And like you said, TX_TSB on X, formerly known as Twitter. Byron, where can the people find you, Byron?
Right here at Paramount Tweet, and don't forget to hop to a spin that thing tonight.
There you go. And you can find me on all social platforms at the Yankee Fan. You can find me, of course, here every Monday on the Dolphin Chronicles, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we talk all things Miami Dolphins, and we sprinkle in a little Florida Panthers because it is Game 7 and it is worthy of being spoken about tonight. You can also catch me on the Let's Talk Sports Network. But let's go do that hockey. So for Byron and for Alex, I am Johnny Cruz. Until next week, go Cats. Byron, hit that out.
Let's go.